It's pretty mild right now. It's like three degrees outside. Just coming back from dinner.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it's -5 or 6 around here. It's snowing,
Oh yeah. Wow.
slash melting, icy. It was a very bad day for weather.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, if it stays like this, it'd be a nice easy winter. But usually we get -20 in the February sometimes. So we'll see if it gets cold.
Yeah, we
You
had
guys
one
get a lot
day.
of you guys get a lot of snow in the Saguenay, don't you?
We do. Yep. Yep. More than Cold Lake, where I
Which is
last year. Cold Lake was
that must
like
have been.
probably just a few feet, like maybe 3 feet at most. More of an Arctic region type
Is
of
that
cold.
right? Oh, that's the price you pay for living the Top Gun lifestyle, right?
I guess so.
Nice. Are you a CF-18 pilot?
Yep.
Nice,
Yep.
nice. No news on any upgrades for you guys, eh?
There's upgrades in the work, just to
Oh yeah,
keep it floating for a little bit, but most of the effort is on F-35.
yeah, nice. That'd be good. So it's pretty interesting. You're probably the first fighter pilot I've ever talked to firsthand.
I mean, there's
My
not
uncle
a
was. How many fighter pilots are there? I can't imagine it's not that many.
active right now. It's less than 100.
Wow, that's not a lot.
No, it's not. Like every trade, we're hurting for pilots.
Yeah, it's an interesting profession.
It's lots of.
It's gotta be cool though. It's gotta be cool.
It is. It is.
Once
Yeah.
you get up there.
Yeah. Definitely.
Now what's the max speed of CF-18?
It's Mach 1.7.
Nice.
Uh,
That's fast enough.
yeah, we rarely go above Mach 1.2, but
Yeah.
because we like to hold on to our gas, but it's
Yeah.
it's
Have you
really
have
not
you
it's really not different than going below the speed of sound. There's no effect in the jet of anything.
That's wild. That's wild. Have you taken it to max velocity, max speed?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Basically, clean configuration, no tanks on.
Interesting. That's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. You guys must be pretty busy right now, no?
Not Canada's not really busy. We don't have operations right now
Okay.
in the fighter force, but yeah.
Okay. Thought you guys would be on exercises right now.
What's that?
I thought you guys would be on exercises right now.
We are going on an exercise next month.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
There
be
you go.
away for a month, which is part of the
Nice.
job.
There you go. It's a tough life. Someone's gonna burn all that fuel.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll get into your shooting background and all of that, and why a busy guy like you would want to start up a business
Because because a guy like me likes to be busy.
I guess we all have our things that we need to do to stay mentally alive, I guess, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
Whenever I go on leave, I have vacations. I'm like the first 2 days I take a chill, and then I have to do something.
There you go. And you're podcasting out of your reloading room. Is that a press I saw behind you? A reloading
Yeah,
press?
it is. Yeah, that's my working room, reloading room, the do it all room.
Nice. Perfect. All right, let's go live. Stand by. Which one? Let's do this one. Hey shooters, welcome to Rimfire Nation podcast. I'm your host, Rickster. Tonight we have a special guest, Nelson Drolet from NDR Shooting Supplies, currently in the Saguenay, but he spends his time up in tens of thousands of feet in the air, zooming around. We'll get to his background and why he got into shooting and why he got into the extremely important world of making magazines for us shooters, so we don't have to change magazines that much. But first, let's jump to what's new at Testro Canada. 1 second. Where are we? Oh, hang on 1 sec. Oh, let me do this. Technology. Where is it? Where'd it go? Window. No, that's not it. Standby. Where'd it go? I can see it here. Why can't I share it? There it is. Okay. All right. What's new in Testro? So the big news in terms of Testro's updates are Loopold just arrived. Not just arrived. It's coming soon. The Loopold Mark IV. So these are the baby brother, not really a baby brother, but a almost a twin of the Mark V's, but they're 34 mil tubes instead of 35, and they offer the same reticles. PR2. There's a PR3 reticle this year. It comes in all the same configurations as the Mark V. They've got the 4.5 to 18, 2.5 to 10. And I believe they also have they have a 1 to 4 power, and they also have the big mag range is the 6 to 24. Now the really interesting part is it's much cheaper than the Mark V's. So these are bouncing around between the 2.2 thousand to 2.5 thousand, which is like $1,000 cheaper than the Mark V's. So this slots nicely into that sweet spot of that 2.5 thousand open scope with all of the same Loopold quality. We haven't put our hands on it yet, so I can't attest to what the big difference is optically. I think it's not the same glass, but they've kind of kept it as close. You've got 36 mil of elevation on there, and with parallax. And I'm not sure. I think they actually focused down to 25, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check. Let's see if they've got that. Elevation. Parallax, 25-yard parallax, which, for those of you shooting ORPS or NRL 22, the 25-yard parallax is perfect. So this is the hot ticket in terms of new scopes. Again, we haven't seen any of the other scopes from the other manufacturers, but certainly this is the big news from the optics side from testro.ca. I was talking to Asmir today. He's got a couple of other rifles that he's bringing in that would be interesting, as well as their custom rifle build. So testro.ca for all your precision shooting needs, and there is a pre-order for those Mark IV HDs. Very interesting scope. I know the Loophold's working hard to get in the game. Certainly they've put a stake in the ground with the Mark V's, and the Mark IV should be equally popular, if not more popular, due to the more affordable price point with all the same bells and whistles that you'd expect from a PRS optics. So that's testro.ca. There we go. So we're back. Nelson, thank you very much for taking time out of your day. So for those that don't know you, can you give us a background of how you got into shooting and how you got into the world of taking a very important accessory, like, well, it's not really accessory. You need a magazine, that critical part.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Rick, on the show. So how I got into shooting, I guess, was really my father at first, back in the days when I was younger, and then I really started shooting more long range stuff back in 2018. That's where I started shooting. I did my first PRH match in 2019, I want to say, which really got me hooked into it. I was going through pilot training when I started NDR Shooting Supplies. There was some downtime and wanted to keep myself busy. And I guess I started with the Tikka Action I had a stock Tikka I was shooting, and I found that there was a lack of option in the magazine for PRS shooting. So that's the first one I did the design. Um, so
Now,
that's
was that a 3D printer that you started with, or you went right into
I had I
CAD?
had a 3D printer. Um, so I started the first magazine was a 3D printed magazine just to test the prototype, and then doing business with a machine shop to make it more of a final product was the that's how I got into it.
So that was your first magazine? Was a Tikka magazine?
Yeah, a Tikka 10 round short action magazine.
Okay.
I was shooting 308 factory. So yeah, it's kind
Okay.
of
For the T3
yep,
inlet.
yep, for the
Nice.
T3.
Nice.
And
Now,
then
were you shooting with the guys in Valcartier?
I was
Oh,
before I got
nice.
posted out west. I was a member of the club. I'm now as well a member in the club, but yeah, their ranges
Nice.
are amazing.
Oh, that's probably one of the top three long ranges to shoot in Canada. So you're pretty lucky to have been able to. Everything else is going to look so not as beautiful. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's hard to beat.
it's hard to beat. You can shoot up to, I don't know, 3 or 4 kilometers, 4 or 5 kilometers out there in
I
some
think
ranges.
the longest I can shoot is 2 kilometers.
Okay.
I know they have a long range match up to 2 kilometers.
Okay. Because they have an ELR and a baby ELR, or is that what they call it, junior ELR? I
Yeah, I think
forget.
they call it junior.
There's a difference. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, I think I'm gonna get in. I think if the schedules work out, I'm gonna try and get out there with a buddy of mine just to play around with it. I ended up getting. Well, I told you about the uh, Tikka T3 in a 6.5 PRC
okay, yeah, nice.
just to play around with it. So
Yeah,
it's my
I'll try to do the junior ELR this year as well.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So from the T3 magazine you created, so that one, so you prototyped in 3D print, and is that a machined aluminum or injected
It's
polymer?
machined aluminum.
It's a machined aluminum. Okay.
Yep.
Are all your mags gonna be machined aluminum or
Yeah, they will.
nice?
It really brings machining them really allows more precision in terms
Yeah,
of, especially around the feed lip area,
yeah.
which is critical for smooth feeding and
That's
stuff.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what was the next product you came up with after that?
The next one
T3
was
short action.
which one was it? It was the T3 long action 10 round.
Okay.
So I kind of uh, my aim was to complete the Tikka T3 magazines. So
Right.
I want to do a 10 rounds for both long and short action,
Nice.
5 round as well for long and short action, and then as well a 10 round for the 223.
Yeah.
So
And then
that's the first 5 products I came out with,
okay.
and then to continue in that project, I had to do the T1X.
Yeah, there you go. And that's kind of where we got together.
Yeah, exactly.
And you were gracious enough to give a few samples for our Rimfire Competition Academy and for our loaner guns, and also as prize table prizes. And we ran that all year. We must have put, I don't know, a few thousand rounds through those magazines that
Nice.
we had, and they ran flawlessly. And it's just the right weight so that it feels solid, which is great.
Mhm.
And yeah, like you said, the key thing about the machined aluminum is that critical feed lip never changes.
Yeah.
That geometry never changes. So it was pretty good. And now you got me hooked. So now we can't wait for the next one. What's the next magazines you're
The next
spinning up
one
there?
is the AICS
Okay.
22 magazine.
Is there one mag to fit them all?
What's that?
You're gonna try and make it work in all actions?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a challenge. But that we're
Yeah,
looking
it's
forward to?
I think I've got it 95% complete right now.
Okay,
Matthew is
nice.
actually testing the latest prototype.
Oh, nice,
So yeah, just got a few
nice.
change a few external dimensions to fit all the actions, but it feels awesome.
Yeah, cool. That's good. And then, did you come out with a 457 magazine also?
Yeah, I have that as well. Came out with it
Nice.
mid last year, I think.
Okay. That and these are all 15 round magazines.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Hopefully we can try those out. So those are the two that we standardized on, is the T1X and the 457, just because that's what most people are shooting.
Mm-hmm.
And we did a poll last year, and the 457 was the most popular action in the series. When you broke it down, it's like a gigantic gap, like
Yeah.
10x compared to everybody else. I don't know if you saw
Yeah, I saw
that
that
graphic.
the picture you posted.
It's interesting. It'd be cool to chart the changes from 2018, because we've been keeping stats since 2018, so we have 5 years worth of data to see
Okay.
kind of how the numbers change. But definitely, when if you're in the Facebook group and people ask what rifle should I buy if I'm just getting started, and you'll hear T1X or 457
Yeah, it's
as
always between the two.
between the two. So those have got you covered. Not that no others are would work, but it's just what people are buying now, because the upgrade path on the 457s is you can go as crazy as you want to, or keep it stock until you think you need something more. So
Yeah, and it
that's
gets you
good.
in at a pretty decent price as well. It's not as
Oh
expensive
yeah,
as the Bergara or the Voodoo.
yeah, exactly. Have you shot any rimfire matches yet, Nelson?
I have not. I
Okay,
haven't had the time to do so. I want to do it.
I
I want to come out this year since I'm
there you
closer
go.
to you guys.
Perfect. That'd be good. We're trying to get one set up in Valcarce, but I think it's challenging. My schedule's a little crazy this year, but we'll try and I'm trying to get one set up in Rimouski. There's a club in Rimouski that has, well, they have outlaw matches there. I
Okay,
don't know
yeah,
how close that is to you, but they'll do once a month. They'll have a small rimfire outlaw rimfire precision series match. So
nice.
it's 5 stages, so it's pretty easy, 25, 50, 75, 100 yards. So it's a good way to get into it
Hmm.
without going too crazy. So
I mean, I have no
that's
excuse.
cool.
I have all my guns ready. Just I
There
need
you
to get
go.
out there.
Yeah. So I get, are you have a Tika T1X also? I guess.
I have a TK21X. I have a CZ 457. I have the
Okay.
Bergara, the
Awesome.
14R.
Okay.
So
So you have them all, but you just haven't shot it in competition yet.
yeah, exactly.
Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. I'm Tika as well. So I've got the T3 and 308. I've got a T3 and a 6x47 Lapua. That was my old PRS
Okay.
rifle, and then now there's the 6.5 PRC. That's my quote unquote baby ELR. So
Hmm.
we'll
Nice.
see. I'm anxious to shoot it. So it's gonna be different after shooting 4 years of rimfire to
Right.
get back into center fire.
Hmm.
It's a different game. It's a different game.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to spending all that time reloading. That's the thing about rimfire, is you don't have to worry about that. You just grab a box from the shelf, put it,
Yeah,
or a couple of boxes from the shelf, put it in your bag, and you're good to go.
yeah. You
This one
don't
now I
need to
gotta.
worry about finding a range that you can actually reach out to 500 or 600 yards.
I know. That's the thing, because now most of I guess all of the ranges that are non-military, they go maybe 300 if you're lucky. Usually it's 100, 200 maybe. So yeah, it's distance becomes the you
Hmm.
know, most important criteria now for long range shooting, or even just center fire shooting. And do you have a club near you? Where do you practice if and when you have time?
I practice in on public land.
Yeah.
Uh, the nearest club near me is, I mean, it's 100 yards, so I don't really go there.
Hmm.
Otherwise, the second nearest is Valcartier.
Okay.
It's like a 3 hour drive.
That's not bad. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and you can't just show up. It's got to be organized, right?
Yeah, it has
You
to
can have
be
an RSO with
organized
you
on the
as a
weekend.
march in, march out. Yeah, it's fun though. It's nice facilities. I used to shoot CQB there all the time. We drive up for the day and come back.
Okay, yep.
So that's a good time. Now, are
Mhm.
you a hunter as well, Nelson, or just a target
Yeah, I
shooter?
am.
Okay.
Yeah, I started hunting in 20 when I got to Moose Jaw, so that was 2019.
Okay.
Did my
Nice.
first whitetail season there, and I think I was successful every season except for last year when I didn't
Nice.
go.
Nice.
Too
That's
busy.
good. Yeah. There's some beautiful property up that way.
Yep.
That's the one advantage of Moose Jaw.
Yep. Yeah, I was hunting in the hills just south of Moose Jaw. Those great whitetails down there and mule deers.
Yeah. That's the thing. I wish we had mule deer out here in Quebec.
Hmm. It's so fun to hunt. I
That'd be a different game.
yeah, I did. One time hunt, I only hunted mule deer 1 year with archery,
Yeah.
and I probably went out 20 times uh, for a month and a half. Like the season is I think 2 or 3 months long, so
Yeah.
you really
Nice.
have the time to explore and know the pattern of the deer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a archery is such a different game from rifle hunting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't have the patience for it. I don't have the mentality. You have to change. You have to shift gears a little bit,
Yep.
And I don't have anybody else that shoots that hunts archery, so I don't have a mentor. That's it. Yeah. So from a magazine development, what goes into it? I mean, I don't even know where to start. I know that you have to have the stack has to be X dimension, but in terms of feed angles, how did you come up with? Is that something you took based on existing patterns that you tried to replicate and just extend, or what goes
How
into
did I
making
do
a
this at
magazine?
first? I think it's. I mean, the most important thing, I guess, first is the outside dimension of the magazines. Gotta
Yeah.
have this right for it to go in and out super well. And then, how did I come up with the stack? Uh, it's really with 3D modeling. You get
Okay.
you stack 10 rounds on top of each other, and then you have a rough idea of what it should be.
Yeah.
Um, and then it's
And then
always what's that?
you got to worry about the follower and spring rates and
Yep.
all that stuff, right?
The spring and follower is uh, one of the critical part, obviously. I mean, everything has to work hand in hand to place that top round at the right angle, because you
Yeah.
don't want it to be too nose up because the bolt is going to
Yeah.
pass over. Don't want it to be too nose down. It's going to hit the front of the magazine. So it's really to find a balance between all this. And 3D printing has been I can probably get the 80 to 90% solution with that.
Right.
So it's a quick and easy way to validate the concept.
Just to make sure it fits in
Yep.
the round stack. But you gotta source springs somewhere though, right? Is that a hard thing to do? To find springs
Not
that
really.
fit? No?
There's there's a few companies out there that will make springs to your
Oh yeah.
specifications.
Oh,
So
I never even thought about that. I thought everyone made their own, like because when I take apart, I mean the spring isn't just it's not a standard coil. It's elliptical sometimes, and you've got an angle of the top
yeah,
and tail of that spring.
the one I use for the Centerfire magazine is a flat spring.
Okay.
That's the I have it here. Probably somewhere over here.
You must have like
Noise.
hundreds of springs. You must have hundreds of springs lying around your house.
Yeah, I do. So just a flat spring
Oh,
like this.
geez. Yeah, yeah.
That's what it. That's the 10 round short action. So yeah, and for the rim fires, it's the right now the T1X use a I guess a normal compression spring,
Yeah.
cylindrical spring, and the CZ is a rectangular spring, more of a classic spring that you see in most magazines.
Yeah. No, did you have an engineering background that
I
got you into
did
that?
I did aeronautical engineering at
Okay.
military college,
Okay.
so yeah, I guess I do have an engineering background.
So making magazines literally is rocket science then, right?
Um, I guess not really, but it's a lot
You
of
must have to look.
what's that?
No, it must be all the terminology is brand new for you, right? Because you don't go to school to make magazines.
No, definitely not. But I mean, an engineering degree is more. I feel like the thing you get out of it is the problem solving
Okay.
uh,
The
capability.
process
Yeah,
development. Yeah.
yeah, because you only go over what's considered to be basic in the engineering world. Because
Yeah.
after that, when you work for a company, you really specify in one thing.
Yeah.
So it really teaches you how to solve thing and see it from different angles.
I mean, how many times did it take you so on your first Rimfire magazine? How many different spring versions and followers did you have to go through to get it to feed and cycle properly from top to bottom?
So the thing about rim fires is it's not about the spring and followers, but more about the stack angle
Angles?
inside
Okay.
the magazine.
Okay.
So as long as you have the right spring tension and the follower is not hanging up anywhere inside,
Yeah.
it's pretty much good to go.
Interesting. So you can underspring it and you can overspring it, but as long as the angle's good, it'll still feed reliably.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, which is
Interesting.
interesting, but because the center fire is totally different. It's more about the spring and the follower than
Okay.
stack angle.
Yeah, because I guess it's big enough that the bolt is just gonna hit the rim and just feed it.
Yeah, and one thing about the center fire is none of the stack is based on the bullet shape. Because when the rim fire, they stack since the bullet is the same size as the brass. Well, the stack angle is also based on the bullet shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is really it's really difficult to account for all the bullet shapes out there. So yeah, I try to I try to do all the stacks based on the just the small size of brass that's available in the rimfire, but
Yeah.
at some point you have to take into account the bullet shapes and they're not all the
Interesting.
same diameters.
Now, does the overall cartridge length it varies from model to model, right? Because I've seen
It does, but
some heavier heavy.
it doesn't really
That's what.
affect the stack, the length of it.
Okay.
It's more about the shape of it and I guess how consistent they are.
Okay. I guess that's why the machined aluminum works so well because you have ultimate control over that feed angle consistently.
Exactly. Yeah.
It never deforms, because we've
No.
seen some of the steel formed lips and then the polymer lips that after a while they just kind of they lose all their tension and they start to mess up.
Hmm.
Because we've had some cases where I think in when we've put Tikas into chassis, somehow it wouldn't feed properly, and that the round would end up standing up. The rim would still be in the feed lips, but the round is pointing straight up in the receiver. Now, is that a function of the magazine angle, or is that feed lip issue? Do you know? Have you seen that before?
Yeah, I've seen it, pictures of it. That's more of a
Okay,
feed lip, spacing between two feed lips.
okay, because it's letting it.
because you want it as wide as you can so the round sits as high as it can sit.
Yeah.
But it comes to it's a trade-off between I want it as high as it can be, and I don't want it to go pure vertical.
Okay.
And I don't want the feed lips to get worn out to eventually the vertical thing happening.
Nice. So, well, when did your T1X magazines go out? Has that been 2 years now already, or still in the first year?
It's oh god, I do not remember. It's over a year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely over a year.
So there's so people have put it through several cycles already.
Absolutely, yeah.
I can imagine, and I haven't seen anybody complain about it. So I guess it's working so far, so good.
No, I haven't had any feedbacks on feed lips becoming too wide or anything.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Now you've got that same philosophy in the 457s and that you released last year. Now you're doing that with the AICS magazines this year, right?
Exactly.
And that isn't available yet, is it?
No, it's not. It's still in its prototype form.
Okay.
Just solving a few issues on external dimensions at the moment.
Okay.
Just because here I have a Brugero, the B14R.
Yeah.
And I design all the external dimensions based on this action. And then the Voodoo is slightly tighter for the feed tower. The Rimex is slightly longer, so just have to double check all the dimensions before I can release it.
Okay, that's good. And actually, I'm going to put your website up so people can find it. So right now, these are available. The ones we've talked about, at least all the Tika mags, T1X, and the 457s, all available from your website, correct?
Yep. We're out on the T1X, but it's restocking. It'll be available next week.
Okay, there you go.
And I'll send
you. These are locally manufactured?
They are manufactured in Ontario.
In Ontario, okay. They do anodize. They're anodized, no?
Yeah, anodized as well.
Okay. Yeah, they're beautifully finished. I mean, it looks polished. Very very high quality. It's not something you made in your garage. Not that it's bad, but it's definitely produced by people that know how to produce things or manufacture things.
Yeah, the cool. Machine shop guy I'm working with is very awesome at prototyping as well, and really brings high quality stuff to me every time.
I can't imagine the cost to, like, that first magazine. That must have cost, I don't know, close to $100,000 to produce.
No, not nearly.
Not that much. No,
it's not that crazy. It's I mean, the more you produce, the least expensive it gets, I guess. But
if you factor your time and the prototyping and
factoring my time is for sure adds to the cost.
Yeah, but your time is free. It costs nothing, right, Nelson? It's just your mental health that takes a toll. That's the price you pay, is your mental health.
Exactly. We like to stay busy, so
that's it. Now you're an active duty CF-18 pilot, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So what's a typical week like for you? I mean, are you on and off rotations, or how does that work?
So a typical week is, I guess you can call it a 8 to 5 job ish. It more turns out to on the days I fly, there's long debriefs and stuff, so I might be home at 6 o'clock at night.
Okay.
When you think about it, I'm always really thinking about flying in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
It's always ready and stuff.
Now you don't fly every day.
No, not every day. It's probably around three times a week, let's say, on average.
Man, that must be nice. That's quite a job you have. Now, to become a fighter pilot, how much classroom time? What's the duration? How long let's say I'm a fit, capable human being, and I say I want to be a fighter pilot, right? Can you
Yeah,
say
first thing
you want to be a fighter pilot, or do you have to be a pilot first, and then you decide that you want to be a fighter pilot?
yeah, you have to
What goes into
be
that?
a pilot first.
Okay,
Well, first of all, you need a university degree, which is
okay,
the standard requirement for officers in the forces.
yeah,
Then you go to pilot training, which you just train to be a normal, I guess, general pilot. You fly trainer planes.
yeah,
And there's uh, you do 2 phases, and then at the end of the second phase, which is you get roughly 150 hours of flying, you get
okay,
sent to your specification. So you either go helo, multi engines, or fighter.
okay,
And then once you get fighter, you have 3 more courses to do, more advanced. You fly different planes. So all in all, I started in beginning of 2019, and I graduated the F-18 course. Was it last year, February last year?
oh, it takes a long time.
So it takes was it 2019 to 2023? So
Yeah,
4 years.
4 years, four
Yep.
years. Now, did you know going into it you want to be a fighter pilot, or that you kind of developed a passion for that
No,
during your pilot training?
that was always the end goal to be a pilot pilot.
Okay, nice,
Yep.
nice. I think
So I got
helicopters would be a nice second choice too.
yeah, it's a different a whole
It's
different job.
exactly it's a whole
Yeah.
different job. It's
Yep.
it's more up and down than left and
Exactly.
right.
Yeah. I mean, every branch is
I can
so
imagine.
specific in what they do as well.
I know.
You can go multi-engines, but you have lots of options. You have like fly the Herc, fly the Aurora, fly the C-17. There's just so
Yeah,
many.
yeah.
You know.
That's
So
so
I
cool.
started flying in 2019. Uh, I did the Harvard in Lucia
Yeah,
for about a year and a half to 2 years. Then went down to Texas, training to be American by the T-38. And once that was done, came back to went to Cold Lake on the F-18.
that's it.
Took a
Now,
year.
is it common for? Is
What's
it
that?
always standard for Canadians to? Is it standard for Canadian pilots to go down to Texas to train with
It's
the
uh, it's
U.S.?
it's one of the routes we can take to become fighter pilot. Fighter pilot.
Okay,
Yep. It's
nice.
there used to be a Canadian route, but it's slowly shutting down just due to the airplane and
Yeah,
capabilities that we can do. Yep.
nice. That's cool. Now, where in Texas was that?
That was in Wichita Falls.
Oh, Wichita Falls. Okay, nice. Now, did you get to do some shooting while you were in Texas, or no time?
I did not know. I didn't bring my rifles. It was really
I guess
busy.
not.
Down
Yeah, I
there we
guess.
were flying. I mean, the Americans, they really know. They have like 100 airplanes sitting on the ramp every day.
Isn't that
So
crazy?
flying 6, 7 times a week was probably the average.
Holy crap.
Yep,
That's a lot of work.
it
You
is.
must have been just so tired at the end of the week,
Yep.
and then you
Friday is
do it
there
all over
to
again.
decompress, and then get
That's
back some
amazing.
energy on the weekend.
Nice. That's awesome. So what's next up for NDR Shooting Supplies? You got anything else you're working on?
Really continuing on getting different kinds of magazines out. Right
Yeah.
now, focusing on rimfires. We get I guess the set complete. The 3 main things. The 3 main ones are T1X, CZ, and the AICS version.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and then I want to switch back to centerfire. Thinking about doing AICS version of the centerfire.
Nice.
The Tika CTR as well is on the list.
Nice.
There's
For
there's a lot.
the 308s with the short actions.
Yeah, for short actions. Yeah.
I remember way back when I still have my 308 CTR. It was like almost $300 a magazine
Yeah,
for
I think they
a
go
308
for
CTR.
they still go for $220 something.
Yeah, it's stupid crazy. It's almost cheaper to buy a chassis, switch it over, and then put it in. Because I've got like five CTR mags. That's like, $1,200 right there. So
The
for the
whole
price
rifle,
of
yeah,
for the price of a chassis, for the price of all those mags, I could have got a chassis, and then AICS mags aren't that expensive, like 30 40
yeah.
dollars
Well, they're
maybe.
getting expensive. I think they're up in the $90 right now, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how much the MDT ones are.
I think they're 90.
Oh yeah,
If yeah, I can double check, but
yeah. Did you ever looking at making the magazine extensions also, or just straight mags? Or people 3D print that anyway. It's not really a big
yeah.
market.
No, I haven't looked into doing extensions just because there's already a lot of them
Yeah,
available out there. So
yeah,
it's already out there. So
yeah,
doing it over again, it feels like repeating like
yeah,
somebody else.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So those rimfire ICS mags, are they going to be 10 rounders or 15 rounders?
They're gonna be 15,
15s.
with the intention of doing a 10 down the road.
Yeah.
Because
See, I think 15.
once you do a
Oh no,
15, the 10
yeah.
is
I just like, why would I want to step back?
yeah.
Just keep topping up after every time. You never have to worry about it.
Yeah, the issue is in the U.S. where some states are 10 round max.
Oh, even for rimfire. Yeah, I guess there's different rules. Not
Yeah,
always. Yeah, state by state. It's. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't
yep.
think about that. I just know our rules, and
It's
it's
enough.
crazy. It's enough, yeah. So I thought land of the free. I figure anything goes, But you're right.
No,
There are some states that limit.
I think
They limit magazines, and California has even some weirder rules around the mods that people have to do to the AR so that it conforms.
yeah.
It's
I think
interesting.
there's 8 or 9 states that have magazine restrictions
Yeah.
more than 10 rounds.
That's,
But yeah,
yeah. Are you selling in the States also?
yeah. I just started doing that in September last year.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's been going great. Uh,
Okay. Are you shipping from Canada to the States, or do you have a US shipper?
No, yeah, I have a U.S. Distributor, so I
Okay.
do. How I do it is I export batches of magazine.
Okay.
That's just the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
So I kind of run 2 inventories, one in the States, one in Canada.
Okay. Man, because
That's
I
how.
can't imagine how much paperwork it must take to get stuff back and forth all the time. So
Yeah, especially the U.S. They have. It's not as easy as let's say Sweden or Switzerland,
right.
which also have 2 dealers over there. Uh, yeah, they have weird import rules, which is
Right.
surprising to me.
Well, I guess it's magazines aren't dangerous,
No, but yeah,
but
they
it's
all
firearm
are.
related. So I
Yeah,
guess
they are firearm parts. So as soon as you mention that
I
term,
guess
everybody goes crazy.
is it a fire? Is it a part? I guess so. I don't know. You have to think about that stuff. Makes my head hurt sometimes.
Yep.
It's not like a trigger or a bolt, but I guess I guess you need it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a good point, Nelson. Nice. So I imagine that it it could very well that you sell more in the States than you would in Canada
Yeah. Well,
eventually,
just by the nature
just
of
because it's
this state is 10
and
times bigger than Canada.
and probably the number of shooters is disproportionate to the population difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think percentage of the 30 million that shoot is can't be as high as a proportion of Americans that shoot in their population
Yep.
per 100,000. I don't know. If someone must have those stats somewhere.
Maybe. Be
Yeah, I don't know if we have those stats.
I don't know. But yeah, just being the reality of there's probably 10 times more people in the states.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah. I would love to have. It's funny because not all the laws are similar. We actually had advantages over the states because when ARs were available, we could have short-barreled ARs like 10.3 inches, and for them they need a permit to have a short-barreled rifle.
Okay.
And same with is that true? Or shotguns? I think it was shotgun. And that here we can have firearms shipped to our house. In the states, it's got to go to an FFL.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't have the post office drop off firearms, which for us is like very very
Very
normal and
normal.
very common. Actually,
Yep.
it's the most my preferred way. If I don't have to go to a store, just send it to my house. But I imagine that with crime the way it is in the states, I think that becomes more problematic. That the chances of losing a firearm in the mail is probably a lot higher than Canada Post.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I've never had any issues. I've never had packages lost in the chain of custody at all.
No, same for me. It's been pretty post. Kind of the post has been pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
must be all the tracking that they have. But if it's
Yep.
on the truck, it's going to get to you. Good. So, anything else you want to share with the shooting community, Nelson?
Um, we can talk about the Worlds coming up. Well, coming up in
Oh,
September.
that's right. Yeah. So how did you get involved with that?
So, I mean, there's a military law enforcement division,
Yeah.
which it's probably a lot easier to get in.
Okay.
Uh, so that's how I got a spot on it in there, shooting. So I'll be shooting open class mil in the military division.
Okay.
Can we?
So
So right now,
there's a military division, and then you've got different classes within the military division.
no the so you have the open division, and then
Yeah.
in that open division you have three different classes. You have military law enforcement. You have senior, lady, and what's the other one? I think the other one is can't remember.
Okay.
There's another one.
Interesting.
Yep.
And you're able to shoot any caliber, or is it restricted to a caliber?
No, it's
Can't remember
open
if
division, so you can
open
shoot.
division, so whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
whatever rules are for open.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, it'll be a good year to preparation to do that.
Now is that September, August? When is that?
Mid
September.
September in
It's
Colorado.
September. Nice. And have you scoped out the venue?
Yeah, we've looked at it a little bit. I think there's a few guys, few people going to shoot there in April. I think there's a match going on there.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have a little bit of intel before going.
Nice.
So it'll be good.
Nice.
Yep.
And what rifle are you shooting? What
I'll be
gear are you
shooting-
bringing?
I'll be shooting my Tika in a KDX chassis. I'm rebarreling it to a 25 Creedmoor.
Nice.
So yeah, IBI is getting a barrel right now for me.
Okay. Nice.
And, yeah, I think
Nice.
it'll be good. Haven't shot that round yet, but I thought it would be a good round to try. Because right now
Nice.
my Tika is barreled in is chambered in 308.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bring the 308 down there in an open division.
No, it's a wasted opportunity.
Yep.
Nice.
Mhm.
So you must know Yannick Sableblanc then.
Yeah, I've met him a few times in Valcartier at
Perfect.
matches.
That's good.
But yeah, being all over the
Nice.
place, you meet a lot of people.
I know. But it's a small community. There's a lot of people, but it's big and it's small at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
And then what optic are you bringing to the Worlds?
Bring the Apex.
Oh, Apex
Yep.
rival.
Yep.
Nice combo.
Yep.
That's perfect. So I guess you have a lot of practice ahead of you.
Yeah,
It's actually not that. It's not that much time. It's only like 8 months, 7 months.
Yeah, and it's full winter time here, so it's harder to get to the range. But yeah, I have the whole summer to do it. I think
there you go.
A lot. With the effort I'm going to put into it, I think it should be pretty good.
That's it. That's a lot of reloading this year for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you have a single stage press or you have a progressive press?
I have a single stage press, just the really basic, the Hornady single stage press.
Yeah.
The back
classic.
here.
Yeah, I know the classic. I've got the same one.
Yep.
That's awesome.
It's been great.
No, that's gonna be good.
Yep.
I'm jealous. That's gonna be such an experience.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of good shooters you're gonna be shooting with. That's awesome.
Yep.
So
I stack up.
Yeah, and we're sending a full team this year. I think all the divisions are full. I think they are.
Yep.
Nice. I'm just checking out the team. Yeah, there's some amazing shooters on there. Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every division is just stacked. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. For sure.
It's gonna be a super experience. So I'm jealous. Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations on making the team.
Yeah, thanks.
Now, hopefully, the sponsors will throw lots of equipment your way to make things easier for you.
Yeah, for sure. We have a few already that are helping out. Yeah, it's great.
That's good. At least it's in the U.S.
What's that?
At least it's in the U.S. It's not overseas. It's a little easier.
Yeah, it's easier. But yeah, it's in Colorado, so traveling from Quebec to Colorado is still a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It would have been easier if I could drive there, but taking the plane it is.
Well, you haven't shot that. You haven't shot a 25 yet, right?
No, haven't.
So you have to do load development and all that still.
Yeah.
There's probably some loads out there, plus or minus.
Yeah, there are.
Grains or half a grain. So.
Yeah, I don't think it will take that long.
Well, that's the fun part, anyway.
It is fun. Yeah.
It's fun. That's all part of the process. That's going to be so cool.
Exactly. That's why I started reloading. Bring the sport, I guess, the discipline of shooting to a different level.
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be good. Well, congratulations, Nelson. I think that's an awesome that you made the team. Looking forward to maybe when you get back in September, we'll get you back on and do a debrief and get the shooter's perspective on what it was like with
yeah, for sure.
With that group of guys. That's going to be an awesome experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
And thanks for all the work you're doing, and thanks for the support. So I don't know if I've announced it. Nelson was a big supporter of our Rimfire Competition Academy last year in CRPS, donating the magazines for our loaner rifles, and I think we're renewing that relationship again this year. So thank you, Nelson. It's much appreciated. It's a great way for people to see what the next level of equipment is. That I think the thing we got from using the polymer stock Tikka mags versus yours was the kind of how solid it felt going in and out of the mag well, and it's a much more positive. Like the Tikka mags were a little too light for competition sometimes. You couldn't really get a good handle on it. You couldn't it didn't feel positive.
Yeah.
So now you got that extra 1.5 inch 2 inches
Yeah,
sticking out of the bottom.
you'll
So
be impressed by the ICS mag.
yeah, well, I can't wait. I can't
Yep.
wait. But yeah, we look forward to putting it through the paces. If you ever want to do potentially destructive testing, let us know. We'll just our demo rifles are always in use, and
Perfect.
especially if there's a new mag provider that they wanna try out.
Hmm.
So that's awesome.
Sweet. Yeah,
Well,
I should be sending you the sponsored package next week. I think
oh,
have
perfect.
the T1X back in stock early next week. So
That's good. That's
busy.
awesome.
Yep.
I appreciate it. The Canadian shooters appreciate the work you're doing to add to the life. Avoid those mag changes.
Yep.
Now, if you could invent something that automatically fill the magazines in between stages, that would be great too. Because every now and again, I forget one, or I don't have them marked and I can't remember which one I filled, and this one feels full, and then
Hmm.
you end up being low 1 or 2 rounds, and again, that's on me. That's a shooter process,
Yeah.
not an equipment failure, but certainly
Just fill
it's
all
it's
of them.
happened more than once. Yeah, that's it. Just gotta remember to do it. So, but
Yeah.
good, awesome. Well, thanks, Nelson. I appreciate you spending the time with us, and good luck. Stay safe in the skies, and don't be using up all the fuel because you got to save some for later. As you
Uh,
try and get to Mach 1.7.
exactly.
That's fun. I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
Thanks for having me, Rick.
Yeah, no problem, Nelson. We'll catch up with you. Maybe we'll do a midsummer check-in once the new the models come out and we put them through the paces,
For
and
sure.
maybe well, I guess you'll be busy practicing for Worlds, so I won't disturb you with inviting you out to rimfire matches. But if you're looking for a break, we'll try and find an event that you can get to quickly and have a relaxing time. Not
Yeah, for
meant to add
sure.
pressure.
No, I definitely want to come out shoot rimfire this year as well.
Perfect. Well,
Yeah.
we'd love to have you. It's fun. That's the big difference that people say is when they shoot a rimfire match, like the pressure is, for whatever reason, it's not there, and it's just you spending the day with your friends and just
Hmm.
having a few laughs, making some hits or making a few misses. Forgetting to fill your mags. Have a few laughs. Sometimes it's you, sometimes it's someone else you're laughing at.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's good. Well, thanks again for putting all the effort so that we can have good equipment to rely on during matches. So, and again, that's Nelson Drolet from NDR Shooting Supplies.ca. Visit him for your magazine needs. The Rimfire Nation podcast is proudly brought to you by Testro.ca, your home for your precision shooting equipment and accessories. Check out the upcoming lineup of the Mark IV HD from Loophole. That's arriving this year, so we're all looking forward to that. Thanks, Nelson. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the firing line. Take it easy, everybody.